Welcome everybody to Kitchenorama. I know I have been missing in action and I did miss you guys all. I have been hanging out at this place creating some amazing recipes for you, and today I'm bringing Doodhi Kheer. This is a very traditional recipe which is made out of doodhi or bottle gourd. If somebody doesn't know what bottle gourd is, it is a great vegetable that easily is found in Asian stores. Now when you cut open the bottle gourd, you will see that there are some seeds in the middle. We definitely are going to be taking these seeds out because we want to use the nice raw flesh of this bottle gourd for making the recipe. I'm using about a medium-sized bottle gourd and I'm using a grater. I'm going to use the fine holes part of the grater to get the texture I'm looking for. Once I have grated my bottle gourd, try to sieve out the excess juice that comes out of the vegetable. It is packed with nutrition, so please don't throw it away. You can add it in your soups, your lentils, or any curries you make. Now, I'm going to be using about 1 cup of brown sugar. If you see the ingredients, I'm trying to keep this recipe as healthy as possible. I'm using 5 to 6 tablespoons of ghee, and I'm using some assorted nuts and golden raisins. You can always use butter if you want to make this recipe a little more richer. We definitely need our very lovely instant pot. I don't think I can survive without an instant pot. And I am going with 2% organic milk. Now, if you really want it to be thick and creamy, you can use condensed milk, but I'm using 2%. Turn your Instant Pot on saute mode and add less of pressure, which will ensure that your milk doesn't burn. Go ahead and add your ghee to the bottom of the bowl once it is nice and warmed up. Then we are going to go ahead and add all our chopped nuts. And once the nuts get a little warm, we're going to add our golden raisins into it. And then we're going to stir it and saute it till our nuts and the raisins are puffed up and nice golden brown. And once you see that everything is sauteed, make sure it's not burning because it's going to ruin the look of your kheer, and you don't want that. Kheer is nothing but is a very traditional way of making puddings. And we do make puddings with fruits and some of the vegetables. Once your nuts have been separated from the ghee, in the same warm ghee, you're going to go ahead add 2 cups of milk. Now I'm using a medium-sized bottle gourd and 2 cups of milk. And then once my milk is warmed up, I added some brown sugar into it. And I'm going to go ahead and stir it till my milk comes to a good, nice boil. Make sure that you are stirring it occasionally, even though if it is on the lowest setting on Instant Pot. And then once your milk has come to a good boil, I'm going to go ahead and add my grated bottle gourd to this recipe. Let's go ahead and mix it in. This is such a simple and easy and a very healthy recipe because, as you can see, a lot of fat has been cut out from the traditional style of making this pudding. And bottle gourd itself is so packed with nutrition. It is always made for celebrations and festivals and holidays. And once you have mixed it all well together, go ahead and toss in your roasted nuts and give it a good stir. And once you have mixed it all good, as you can see that the milk is still warm, go ahead and put your lid back on and turn the pressure valve on and put it on manual mode for 7 minutes. And that's it. After your 7 minutes are done, you're going to let the pressure release on its own. Turn the valve off, turn your lid, and be very careful when you pick the lid. You want to let the steam off away from you. You don't want to burn yourself, so please be careful, guys. And once that's done, we're almost 70% done making our recipe. This is the most easiest and simplest recipe. And if you have been following me for some time, you know that I try making things that can be whipped up in under 10 minutes if you have all your ingredients in one place. Give it a good nice stir. At this point, your bottle gourd is nicely cooked, but you can see that the recipe is still a little runny. I want it to get a little bit more thicker to give it that nice pudding consistency. I'm gonna turn it back on saute mode on normal pressure. That's just because I want the excess fluid to kind of evaporate and I can bring things together. At this point, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of ground nut powder. Now I just use all the kinds of nuts I really like, put it in a blender and make it into a powder. This is constantly sitting in my refrigerator. So I add 2 tablespoons of that. And I'm using roughly about 1 tablespoon of ground cardamom powder. If you have some saffron, you can go ahead and add that too. This really adds a good texture and flavor, and the aroma that cardamom adds is heavenly. And I'm using half a cup of dried desiccated coconut. Now, if you're going to be serving this recipe within 24 to 48 hours, you can use shredded wet coconut, which is raw coconut. But if you don't have that, you can always use the dry coconut, and go ahead and give it a good, nice stir. And I would say keep mixing it for roughly about another 5 minutes. And that's about it. In roughly about 5 to 7 minutes of stirring, you know that the excess moisture has evaporated and you can see the change in the consistency here. And that's exactly what you want. And your kheer is ready, people. This is a finger-licking recipe. Try it. I can guarantee you will not regret making this. Very less time consuming, very healthy, and my kid absolutely loves this. Make sure you take it out and you garnish it with any kind of dried nuts you might have. If you have some saffron, you can use that. And look at that. Isn't that amazing and delicious? I really hope that you will make this recipe and enjoy with your friends and family. And please leave me in the comments below if you've tried this and your feedback. Have fun, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe because you motivate me to keep creating better and easier recipes for you. So stay tuned and stay subscribed.